What matters is what you're going to do right now, today.
I promised to myself from that day that I was going to work that hard every single day so that when I do retire, I have no regrets. And that was the most important thing for me, is to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day. And if I lived that way, then over time, I'd have something that was beautiful.
You cannot just exist in this life. You have got to try to live. If you're waking up thinking that there's got to be more to your life than it is, man, believe that it is. But to get to that life, you're going to have to jump.
You know, maybe you're not the person you want to be now, but what an opportunity you have to start now, to start that journey now, to start taking the right steps now. What an opportunity you have. You know, instead of, you know, complaining and moping around and saying, man, I wish I was this, man, I wish I was that, I wish I was her, I wish I was him, whatever it may be. What an opportunity you have to start now.
But this is the scary thing. Why most people don't want to do that, to build that willpower, is because it is scary. It unlocks a whole bunch of things about who you are and who you're not. And a lot of people don't want to go down that journey to discover who they are and who they're not. Because it's not a pretty journey.
Determine what it is needs to be changed. And then be consistent, be patient. You didn't get to where you are right now overnight. You have to be consistent with yourself. Even when you don't feel like you got to do it. And if you fall, and you're probably going to fall, you just get back up.
Most people will do anything to avoid the uncomfortable feeling of fear. Those people will run the risk of never achieving their dreams. Your greatest dreams, your greatest accomplishments are going to be on the other side of fear. Fear is a part of life. Fear helps you to be alive, helps you to realize that yes, there's risk, yet with risk can come reward. Don't sit around and let fear cripple you. The reality is, feel the fear. Let it burn within you for a moment and help you to be motivated to overcome whatever it is you're facing. There is no obstacle too big that you cannot overcome. There's no ocean too deep that you can't cross. There is nothing that can stand in your way when you truly have the determination to do whatever it is that you want to do.
You're going to have days where things feel off. You're going to have days where maybe you didn't do as well as you wanted to do in whatever field you're in. But it's just a day. It's not my whole life. It's just a day. And tomorrow, God willing, I wake up, I have another opportunity to take another step in the right direction, to get back on track.
You know, I think having a little bit is better for you, you know? Like sometimes in, you know, weeks, months, maybe years, just killing it. Everything's working out, you just cruise through life, and badass. But it hits the fan sometimes, come on, let's be real. That's just part of life. Right, as long as you know you're gonna get your ass back up, you kind of feel better at the end. But you know, when it really goes crazy, that's where you kind of develop as a person.
You don't have to have this victim mentality. You don't have to go around telling everybody your sad story of what happened to you and why you're this way. You can go and rewrite the story. You can grab the pen back from the hands of the abusers, of the bullies, of those that created limiting beliefs, and you can rewrite the story yourself. In all the blank pages that exist in your book of life. But that only happens when you start doing the self-work, when you commit to self-mastery. And I'm telling you, not just by reading a couple of self-help books. figuring out who you are at your core, at your essence, what makes you tick, and only then will you be able to set higher standards and expectations for yourself. Only then will you begin to reach the milestone of impact, income, influence, inspiration. God, it's such a fucking cool thing to be able to break through the seals of all your limiting beliefs in life.
There's going to be things that go on that are out of your control. The worst thing you can do is let something that's out of your control control you. Get control of yourself, get control of your emotions. Don't get angry, don't get frustrated. Instead, stay calm and figure out how to move forward.
There's a terminology in psychiatry called relational illness. You've heard people say, you make me sick. Some people can make you sick. That if you fool around with them long enough will send you to an early grave. That will drive your blood pressure up. That will turn your hair gray. Who is it you need to get out of your life? You need to ask yourself the question, what is this relationship doing to me? Might be your spouse. Might be friends. Might be your job making you sick, stressing you out. And you being a volunteer victim, are you willing to die for it? Listen, if there's only one pedestal, you must be on it. The idealized version of you must be on it. Not me. Not any other guru or influencer or thought leader. You get on the pedestal. You become the idealized version. You become the hero in your life's story. If your life is a movie, then the movie ends. Do you want your name at the end in the credits to be the hero and the star, or do you want it to be taxi driver number 2?
We start to trap ourselves within our own mind. And our mind is this big barrier, this big wall. And once we get to pain and suffering, that wall gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the mind says it's time to quit. If we're able to find out different ways to get around that, the first thing you have to do is to calm your mind down. The very first thing you have to do is don't give yourself a way out. You got to trick yourself also and say, you know what, I might quit. I'm not going to quit right now. If your mind knows, I'm not going to quit, I'm not going to quit. You're not going to quit. Let your mind think it has no control over you. Then, when you're able to calm down, you're able to think. And then realize, I call it the cookie jar, is you have to have something that fuels you in this time. So once you calm down, what's going to get you out of the chair? You got to remember that I've been in times just as hard as this. So I reflected back on my life.
Most of us were raised to become ordinary. And I'm not putting down ordinary, but ordinary is just not good enough for me. Ordinary is you go through your life and you fill out the forms and you pay your taxes and you do what your parents tell you and you're honorable and you're honest and you're a good citizen and then you die. Extraordinary is something very, very different. This is about recognizing within yourself that there's something very, very extraordinary that you haven't been trained to believe in, to come to a place where you can apply it and put it into your life. You can go way beyond ordinary. You can go way beyond just being average. All of us are extraordinary. We just have to come to believe it.
There's things that you know you're supposed to do as a human being. Things that you know are going to improve your life. Do those things. There's things that you know are going to make you a worse person and make your life worse. Don't do those things. Don't do the things that are making you weaker. Start doing the things that are going to make you stronger and smarter and faster and healthier and going to make you a better human being.
Things that you have in you that you don't even know, but until you get outside of your comfort zone, you will never discover. You have something special. You have greatness within you. But in order to manifest your greatness, you've got to put yourself in a perpetual state of discomfort. Yes, you've got to challenge yourself. You've got to raise the bar on yourself. You've got to get busy. You've got to work your plan. It's time for me to do me. To pursue my dream. To work my plan. To implement the things that I want for myself and for my family and for for my kids. And what is your legacy? What do you want to do for yourself?
Most people quit and never finish what they started is because they continually stack L's instead of W's. You probably do things to set yourself up to fail in life. You set your alarm clock to wake up at a certain time, and then you hit that snooze button. What did you do? You stacked the L. If you think that you're meant for big goals and big dreams, change lots of lives and impact and inspire people, well, you probably need a lot of confidence. If you're always stacking losses, hitting the snooze button, saying you're going to work out and you don't, saying you're going to eat clean and you don't, saying you're going to read a few pages out of a book and you don't, all those things seem small and trivial until they add up over days, weeks, months, and years, and you have hardened your subconscious into knowing that you are an imposter, that you are not a promise keeper, and therefore your reputation with yourself erodes. Your reputation with yourself, as it turns out, is your confidence.
You will hold sturdy against anything that's thrown at you, based on that firm inner conviction that you will not falter, you will not flounder, you will not fail.
Success is not measured on the days when the sun shines. Success is measured on the dark, stormy, cloudy days. And if you can't absorb failure, you're never going to meet success.
The emotionally immature man seeks out motivation to do something hard one time. The emotionally mature man uses discipline to do something hard 1,000 times.
You are 100% disciplined to all your current habits. If your current habits are not leading you in the direction of your dreams, a powerful new decision must be made. Discipline gets exponentially easier when you first make a decision and then commit to that decision. What's the decision that needs to be made? How you're going to show up for yourself, for your life, and for your dreams. And who you're going to be today.
You can spend your whole life looking back at your past, but that time is gone. What's important is right here, right now. You're not defined by your traumas. You're more than that. But it's up to you to bring yourself back. Write your own story. You're the hero. It's time.
Life has a habit of tossing us difficulty, struggle, and hardship. And it's natural, it's needed. In those spaces is when we have the opportunity to grow the most. Rarely do we grow when we're in spaces of comfort and warmth and protection. In life, we see it all too often. You're starting to level up, you're starting to progress, you have these big lofty goals, you have these things that you're walking towards, you're pushing towards, and inevitably, you get smacked in the mouth. You fall down, you get told to stop, get back in your box. It's not meant for you, it's meant for somebody else. And my message is this, it's meant for you. It's meant for all of us. But in that space, we have to remember that we got to get out of our own way. This is the year. This is our opportunity. I'm mindful that the harder we push towards greatness, the harder resistance is pushed towards us to keep us where we are.
You're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of what other people will think of you if you fail. But if you're afraid of that, imagine what they think of you when you aren't even trying. Oh yeah, they aren't.
Major reason why people fail in life is because of the expediency factor. That we always do, and we always take the fastest and easiest route to get the things that we want. But the fastest and easiest route in life is almost always the route to failure. It's short-term gain for long-term pain. We do what is fun and easy today instead of what is hard and necessary, and then we have to do what is hard and necessary at the end of our life. It's too late. And you'll find that the willingness and the ability to discipline yourself, to be clear about what it is you want, to be clear where you're going, to be clear about the results that you're expected to accomplish, and then to only work on those results. The ability to discipline yourself to do that is absolutely critical to success.
Don't wait. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start today.
Start now. Start being who you're supposed to be and doing what you're supposed to do now. Things just don't go your way. That's not the way the world works. You gotta make them go your way. Think things are gonna just go your way? Well, they're not gonna just go your way. You think things are gonna just happen for you? Well, they're not just gonna happen for you. You gotta make them happen. Guess what? That's the way life is. You don't have enough time. You gotta make time. It's not just gonna happen. You gotta make it happen. Go make things happen.
Who are you on those days you don't want to do things? It's easy to conquer when it's good weather. You got good sleep. Heart's going good. Your family's good. You feel great. Your body's not injured. Those are the easy days to conquer. But who are you on those days when all hell is broken loose? You're miserable. Who are you on those days? Those people who give up on those days when everything's jumping still grind? That's the separator right there.
Your haters are out there holding their breath, waiting for you to fail. Make sure they suffocate.
Discipline does not have to be all grit and denial. Discipline is giving the current version of you the boundaries and the new rules so that the next level of you can take over and create the life of your dreams. Because the current version of you can't get there. Draw the line in the sand. Raise the bar for yourself. Create systems and fail-safes that make it easy for you to stay disciplined and successful. Expect more of yourself, and then get to work.
You know how you judge and you measure a good man? A good man does the right thing even when it's not the easy thing. That's how you judge the character of a good man. A good man does the right thing even when it's not the easy thing. Because most people, when something is difficult, it alters their character. Like most people, when a challenge is present, it alters their character, their thought process, their perspective, what they say they value, what they say they were a part of.